We're bad friends.
One time, I'm going to tell you this story. This is so sad. So I was a waiter at this restaurant.
Which one?
It's called the Brockton Villa
Ooh, in San Diego?
in La Jolla.
That's very nice. I know what that is.
It's on the Cove.
Yeah.
And I worked there for years, and there was this girl that I had the biggest crush on. In fact, I hung out with her every day for about a year. In fact,
As a friend?
well,
Did she know?
No, she didn't know.
Oh, Bob.
But I had this big crush on her. In fact, I would go to this coffee shop on my off days because one time I saw her there.
Yeah.
And I would stay there all day, just so in case. And then if I did, she never came in there again.
Right.
But just in case, if I did run into her, I'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing here?"
Oh, do you like coffee?
yeah. So one night, and this is a year, every day I would either call her or hang out with her. I would ask for shifts that she was working because she was right.
Yeah.
So one day, she was supposed to hang out with me, and I go, "What are you doing?" And she goes, "I know we were supposed to hang out, but I'm sick."
Oh, no, you're not.
I go, "Oh, you're sick? Okay, cool." So then my other friend goes, "There's this party." So I go to the party, and then some girl came up to me. She goes, "Oh, are you here with so-and-so? She's here." Oh, no. Right? I go, "She is?"
No.
She had lied.
Oh, no. And she's with someone else?
Yes. And I'm looking all over the party for her.
Oh.
It gets worse. So then I hear, "She's in this bedroom." No. Upstairs. Yeah, I'm not kidding you.
And then you instinctively you're like, she must be taking a nap at the party.
Yeah.
She might be tired.
So I walked in.
Why would you do that?
And she's hooking up with this guy.
Yeah, obviously.
So I close the door.
Do you say anything?
No.
You just walk in and go,
She saw me, though.
yeah.
She goes, "What are you doing?"
And you go,
I close it.
these
"No,
are
nothing.
These are
What's-
really
what's the
nice.
bathroom?"
These are good doors.
Yeah. Right. And I remember going out in back of the party, and I punched a tree 50 times.
Because you were just so angry and so hurt.
Yeah. And she ended up marrying that guy.
Oh, well, then it's worth
They
it.
have kids.
Oh, that's worth it then.
Yeah.
They should have named one of their kids Lee.
No, but I remember.
That hurts a lot.
I remember still, even after Mad TV, because they moved to San Francisco, and she doesn't. She lives like an hour outside of San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
I remember playing the room there, and then she would always drive. You know what I mean?
With her husband.
No, by herself
Huh.
to come have lunch with me.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, she's sweet.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So it started off bad, but it ended really nice.
Because that event happened right before I did stand up.
Yeah.
And I believe that event drove me into doing stand up.
Really?
Yeah. There was a couple things. I was kicked out of a band
Yeah.
called Laxton Superb. We've seen it.
We
shown
love
it,
your
with
band.
Laxton Superb. And then that had happened. And then also I had no money and I had no future. I remember looking at my bank account. It said like 76 cents. And I remember just going, I got to call my parents for rent. I have no money.
Ugh.
And then I remember going, I have to do something drastic or this is the life I'm going to live.
Yeah.
Just struggling.
Yeah.
And so and then I'm never going to meet anybody.
Oh, God, all those feelings of
all
doom.
those feelings of doom. I was 22 years old.
And you were scared.
I was scared. And then at 23, I walked by the comedy store in La Jolla.
What's her name? The first name?
Anna.
Anna. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you, Anna. And I walked by the comedy store, and the help wanted sign, and I knocked on the door.
That's incredible. That's how it worked for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you an embarrassing story that doesn't end so sweet.
Tell me.
My first year in college,
Yeah.
a girl 2 doors down,
Oh.
who I became friends with. We all became friends later. But I had such a crush on her. I thought she was so cool. She was so cool, dude. And she was pretty, and she was nice, and she was athletic.
First name. I gave you mine.
Carrie.
Okay.
It's just she was so cool.
Yeah.
And I was nervous.
I know.
And I stupidly
Yeah.
wrote a note one night and slid it under. Stop laughing, Rudy. I wrote a note. I know, it's so lame. I wrote a note and I slid it under her dorm door. Okay?
Did it have a question? Yes or no?
No,
questions?
it basically
Okay,
was
please.
like, I just want to let you know, I think you're so cool and I'd love to hang out sometime. And
Ugh.
I was so nervous. And She never, ever told me that she got the note. We never, ever talked about it.
Oh, how embarrassing. Oh, no. Oh, poor Andrew.
We became friends.
But did you ever walk by her?
We became really close.
So basically...
But after that, she actually dated another friend of ours.
Right.
But after that, it was like in the past at some point, we all became cool on our floor and hung out. It was real embarrassing.
Yeah, it's, you know what I call
It was
those
really
pretend it didn't happen moments.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't get your note.
Yeah. She probably got it and goes, I have to, in order for me to move on in life,
Yeah.
I had to either accept this as reality or pretend it didn't happen. And that's what happened.
I think, first of all, she showed it to all the other girls making fun of me. She probably got all the girls on the dorm floor.
Session.
Yeah, we're like, you know what that stupid redheaded piece of shit loser
the
said?
Freak?
You know the
unfuckable?
You know what the freak said to me? That he thinks I'm cute, and they're like, ew.
Yeah. Well, you know what guys don't realize? You know how like some guys, will snap. I don't get any pussy, and they'll snap, and they'll just shoot up a mall.
Kill a school.
Shoot up a mall.
Yeah.
But these guys don't realize is none of us got any.
Yeah,
That's a part of growing up is these frustrations of love loss or not getting attention from women.
You don't go shoot up a school.
You don't know.
You just get on the internet and feverishly masturbate, hoping that your college roommate doesn't come home.
Yeah.
Did you ever? I had those scare. You didn't really go to a college, so like you never had that.
Fuck you.
Well, no, you didn't.
I didn't.
But I had worries all the time of timing. If my roommate was like going out, I knew I could masturbate, and he'd be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to the gym for a while." And I'm like, "How long's a while?" He's like, "I'm like an hour." I'm like, "Okay." And like the moment he's gone, it's like.
But I did live in my early 20s with 6 guys in San Diego, and in a 3-bedroom apartment.
2 guys to a room?
No, people lived on the living room. It
was spread out everywhere.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And we lived with a Christian. Okay.
With the man of God.
He was not only just a man, devout, born again Christian.
Oh, so he was
redheaded guy. No offense.
No offense taken.
And Alex. And then I remember one time coming home from work, and he's crying on the couch, and I go, "What's the matter?" And in his hand was one of my Hustler magazines.
Oh, you pervert!
I know. And I go, and he gets up and he goes, "How dare you lay these things around so that I can sin?" And I go,
"These pages are all stuck together."
He goes, "I've been masturbating all day." Right? And he was also a guy. And he blamed me for sinning.
You made him masturbate.
Right? I just left it like
right out in the open.
In the bathroom or something.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, "How dare you?"
I can't poop without getting a boner.
This piece of shit, too, would get Sunny Delight.
Love Sunny D.
Sunny D is delicious.
So good.
And I couldn't afford Sunny Delight. That's how poor I was.
Yeah.
But I would steal his Sunny Delight. And he came up to me and was, "Excuse me? I work very hard, and I've been saving my money to get the Sunny Delight." And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "And I would really appreciate it that if you not drink out of my Sunny Delight." And for me to now figure out, and I have a system now, see this line. So he would take a black marker.
And mark every time he had a drink?
He would drink and mark it. Idiot, right? Yeah. Because what I would do is fill it with water. So eventually it was just water. This piece of shit.
He still doesn't want to believe it, too. He's just like, the Sunny Delight tastes watery, but it's still my Sunny Delight.
Yeah.
I lived in a house. I had when I first moved out here, I lived in a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and it was 3 of us sharing 1 bathroom. Yeah. I lived in a old dining room, a partitioned off dining room. But my most fun Too Many Guys house was my second year in college. We all lived together, and our house was a constant revolving door of just people coming and going and partying and hanging out. And there were no rules. And people could just do whatever they wanted. That's how kind of all of those houses were in college.
Yeah.
And one of my buddies, this was great. We got kicked out of a party because one guy in our group got into an argument or a fight with some dude, right?
Yeah.
And my buddy says, "All right, let's get the fuck out of here before something crazy happens." Yeah. We leave. We get in the car, and we're all shit-faced, by the way. Yeah. Bad. No drinking and driving's bad. Our driver was sober, I bet. But he goes, "Fuck those guys." I go, "Yeah, it sucks. We always party over there. That sucks." And he goes, "I got him good." I was like, "What did you do?" And he just holds up an 8-ball, a pool ball. He goes, "I stole their 8-ball from their pool table." I was like, "Why? What are we going to?" He goes, "You know how hard it is to buy one single pool ball? Now those fucking idiots are going to buy a whole new pool ball set."
Really?
That was his revenge.
And were you like?
I was like,
were you laughing? Or
no, we were like,
cool.
I was like, that's cool, but what?
I think that's pretty cool.
I go, well, who made you think of that? And he goes, I just saw it, and I was like, I'll fucking take from them. I'm gonna take a pool ball from them.
That's pretty cool.
They're never gonna know where it went. This is the same guy. This is my old college roommate. Who the same guy? He was so depressed. He's gonna listen to this. He was so depressed that he failed math for like the nth time, and we were at a party. And he was sitting with his butt on the floor and his back against the couch. And he had a handle of Jack Daniels sitting in his lap. And I go, come on, man, you're being really weird, man. You can't do this kind of stuff at a party. Like, people are going to be fucking freaked out that, like, this weirdo is blacked out by himself. I was like, get up. You either got to go home or you got to party with us.
Yeah.
And he, no shit, he just goes, oh. And I go, are you going to throw up? And he goes, oh. And he looks up in the sky. And he fountain throws up. Like, 2-3 feet in the sky. But I respect him. He held his shirt out and he caught it in his shirt. I'm not kidding. I have witnessed it in his shirt, and he goes, "But take me outside." And I have to pick him up, and he's wiping puke off of his shirt. And I go, are you gonna go home?" He goes, "I think it's time to go home." This guy was the best guy to party with, but also like you.
Yeah.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
Right.
Who knows where it's gonna go?
I have a friend named Nathan. I swear to God, he was in the Blue Man Group.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
Like
because the Blue Man Group wasn't. It's not always the same guy.
I know. There's a million of them.
There's a million of them, right?
Yeah.
But he was an alcoholic, Nathan, right? And my friend Callisto told me, and Nathan backed it up. Mm-hmm. You know my friend Callisto?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Nathan was completely drunk in Vegas doing the Blue Man Group, and he was a blackout drunk, right? And he vomited into his drums, but then he had to fucking it splattered into his face. Yeah.
The colors they're getting out of that drum is insane.
Speaking of my friend Callisto, so my friend Callisto and I lived in Silver Lake. We every day we'd go. There was an El Pollo Loco across the street, and we would buy a BRC burrito.
What is that?
Bean, rice, and cheese burrito.
Oh yeah.
And we would split it in half, and that was our meal. They were $1.
That was all you could afford?
That's all we could afford to
for
eat.
The day?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we would have just thinking back these arguments like over the phone bill. You know how you would get enraged?
Oh yeah.
He'd just be like, "We live in Silver Lake. Who called Santa Monica?" Right? What? Are you like, what? I'm not paying the 76 cents. Like those kind of arguments when you're so poor.
Yeah.
Now it'd be like, oh, I don't get. You don't even look at it the same.
76 cents. Well, there is no phone bill anymore. It's like
I know
it doesn't
that
exist
before cell phones.
When the arguments of when you're so poor.
Oh my! The arguments when you're so broke.
My first roommate ripped up the carpet in our house when I first moved here.
Yeah.
And I came home. I said, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
He goes, "There's wood floors under here, man." I was like, "What the fuck? We have to pay for that shit." And he's like, "I know. We'll just tell the landlord there's wood floors, man." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, you ripped up the carpet, asshole." And he was just like, "Well, I don't know what to do." And I was like, "I'm not paying a fucking security deposit. I get all mine back.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm not paying any of that shit."
Crazy arguments when you're poor.
Yeah, because you're so nervous that it's going to collapse you. I mean, I had panic attacks that they were going to come get my car. My first car that I had that I was leasing.
Yeah.
I was so nervous that I wasn't going to pay the bills that I thought, because I'd seen or heard of those things where they repo your car and they come just take it from you. Even if your shit's in it, they're like, it's ours.
I know.
So I used to have panic attacks in the middle of the night because I didn't pay a bill, and I was like, they're going to just take my fucking car. And then I won't be able to get to my shitty job to make my shitty rent, and then they'll kick me out of this place. I used to have those tumbling thoughts every night. Every single night.
I had emotional feelings toward objects because of the experiences.
Yeah, because they meant so much.
I'm not even kidding you. I had a white. So when I moved to LA, I had a white Toyota truck, and my friend Jonathan Gossick, who was a comic who I started with. He asked him. There were no windows
in the truck, in the cab.
They were all blown out. There are no windows.
Yeah.
Ask him. So you would be in the winter driving down, you know what I mean?
No window.
The 405. You'd be so cold. Just imagine the wind. Yeah. And I remember I would park at LAX to go on the road, and I'd come back, right? And I remember one time I came back, and there was one of those locks on the wheels.
Oh, they booted you. They booted you.
I owed money.
Yeah.
I couldn't pay it.
No.
I'm not kidding you. I walked up to the truck. I put my hand on the hood, and I wept like as if somebody had died.
Because somebody did die.
Because I would never see that truck again.
Oh. Did you never see it again?
No.
Oh, Bob.
Because I had to let it go. I couldn't get it back. So I remember going, thank you. Like, I remember saying things to it, like, thank you so much for Tijuana when we went to Tijuana. Or, like, all those. Remember we got in the car accident, we got away with it.
When we hit that guy, we killed him and no one knows but you and me?
Yeah. And I remember just so many experiences in that truck.
Yeah, but it means so much.
And when you're poor, it means so much to you.